Hey there, welcome to TVC Live. So good to have you here. Well, I hope you can hear us.
Hi, Teresa. Hi, everybody.
Yes,
David,
Cynthia,
Joanne,
David.
Cynthia.
Yeah.
Nice to see y'all.
Thanks for popping on, David. Good to see you.
Yeah.
The other David was here last week. Missed him.
David 1 and David 2.
That's right. So this is going to be our last show for a few weeks.
Yep.
And
We're going to take a little vacation, a little hiatus, as they call it in the show business.
That's right.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
TV does. I don't know about YouTubers. But yes, we're going to take a little break and get some good content. Not that necessarily we will not have something posting on Tuesdays. Yeah. We hope to have some content out there for everybody to show them maybe Yellowstone and some of the places that we're visiting. And
definitely got a lot of pictures from Yellowstone.
Barry was out all night last night. So one of the things you didn't share with people last week when we were talking about photography tips is that really the best way to be a photographer, especially at night sky one, is to basically spend the night out in your Jeep.
Be nocturnal.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
What time did I leave?
You left here probably around 5. Yeah.
5 o'clock.
And got back here at 8 a.m.
8 a.m. Mm-hmm. So I got 2 hours of sleep in the Jeep.
Good, Joanne. Thank you for letting us know you can hear us. That's important.
We forgot to ask. We were just sitting here talking to ourselves as far as we're concerned.
I think they're getting used to us now asking that question. So there's no problem. So so if you want to be a great photographer, you get up and you go out and you find things. Now, you did have a little bit of a scare. Yeah?
You're going to bring that up.
I am.
So
he was packing, though. He was packing his bear spray.
So David will appreciate this. So I went to, so I drove in, 5 o'clock left here, drove into Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Park and Yellowstone right next to each other, and drove in, scouted a few locations, but ultimately I wanted to do a Milky Way photograph over by the West Thumb, where they have a bunch of geysers.
There's a lake there.
Yeah, it's a lake and a bunch of geysers. So I got there right as it was getting dark, and there were lots of big deer around making strange noises that kind of threw me off. And I'm not going to lie to you, it was weird. But anyway, I got used to them and they got used to me, and I went out and did some Milky Way shots, and then drove over to Mormon Row and did some shots down there. That's been on my photography bucket list for years, to photograph Mormon Row. So
really, basically our travels around getting things checked off your bucket list.
That's
is
right.
What it's really coming down to.
That's right. But they're all beautiful places, so it works out.
Yes, it works out nicely, and we end up with beautiful photographs.
That's right.
That you eventually work on and post and do things with.
Yeah, or at least have on a hard drive.
So, everybody teases, and I tease you, about the fact that you take so many pictures, but sometimes I don't see them for a while. But I will say, from graduation, 2 weeks ago, you got those pictures up and out.
Yes.
You got them narrowed from 500 to 300 and then posted. But I think that's because there were a lot of mothers after you.
Yeah, a lot of people after me to get those posted. So we got them done.
So we got them done. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So this week I also want to see, I don't think he's in the chat yet, but that's right, Joanne, don't have Barry not talk with his hands right in front of the camera. So yes, I wanted to give a shout out to Greg Kemper, Shreg. It's his birthday today, so
happy
Greg,
birthday,
if you
Shreg.
come on, just know that we did think about you and say happy birthday. Hang on. Happy birthday. And also Thursday is your birthday. So happy birthday to Barry.
It's a good birthday week.
Yeah, it is. Big week in June birthdays.
That's right.
Awesome. Some of our favorite people. So if anybody else is having a birthday this week, please let us know so we can give you a shout out as well.
That's right.
Yes.
We'll all have a celebratory birthday shout out.
That's right. Or a toast. Yes.
All right. So we have a lot of things to talk about. Even though we don't have a guest tonight, we have a lot of things to talk about. We're going to be circling back around to some renovations.
Going to finish out a couple of things that we've talked about on the show.
Yep. And we have the giveaway to do.
Yes, we did. 3 a.m. We're going to...
We have a winner. It's very exciting.
Do the winner and know who the name, so we're going to share it.
Do not have to be
other news.
present to win. And then if we have time, we might circle back around. We had such internet trouble last time. We might circle back around with some of those photography tips. We had a request to do that, but I'm not sure we'll have enough time today. But if anyone does have a question about photography, let us know.
Yes,
we'll be glad to help.
Yes, absolutely. And those of you in chat, we hope that you'll ask questions. This is really a pretty free-form night tonight.
Yeah.
So we're hoping we get a few questions theirs on the road naturally. Hope you'll ask us some questions if you have any so we can answer them out.
Yeah.
So yeah. Thank you, Joanne, for wishing Barry a happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you. That's very sweet of you. All right. Shall we get on to Deborah's news?
Of course.
Okay. Stand by for Deborah's news. Please welcome Deborah for Deborah's news.
So maybe while we're on hiatus, we'll also work on my intro.
Not a fan of the intro?
No, it's okay. I thought this was really funny. So this, believe it or not, is a wingless, tailless airplane turned RV.
That's crazy.
I know, right?
Looks like it's about to fall apart.
It does kind of, and I don't know if this is a before picture, but it's definitely a fixer-upper. But yes, someone is actually has this for sale. It's a 1957 Convair, 240, 54-foot diesel. So it has a Pace Aero engine and a diesel chassis. No, I'm sorry, a Pace Aero innards and a diesel chassis engine. There's a jacuzzi in the living room. No, would I lie? And bunk beds behind the cockpits. So
we do have a picture inside of it.
Oh yeah, we do. That's right. So
although it doesn't show much.
It doesn't show the jacuzzi, I don't think. Oh,
I don't know
maybe
what
that
it's
blue
really showing.
up there is the jacuzzi. But it does have, you can drive it from both sides because of course airplanes have steering wheels on both sides.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah. I assume it's roadworthy because they're willing to sell it, and that is just really nuts to me.
Oh, this is for sale. I didn't know
It is for sale. Yes.
Did they say how much?
It's on Etsy, and I want to say it was $99,000, but
That's
not
crazy.
being a great reporter, I've
Yeah.
gotten.
Well, you're new at this.
Yeah, I'm new on this.
$99,000 for that. That doesn't even look like it's going to be able to move anywhere. That's crazy.
Well, I'm sure it can because it's registered, I know, in California, and it's got its license to move. So there you go.
I agree with you, Brian. Ugliest RV I've ever seen. That's
Absolutely.
crazy, and
Yeah.
they're trying to sell it. No one's going to buy that unless someone wants to buy it, like for a restaurant or a.
Well, no,
you know, it'd be
RV.
a good. It'd be a good truck, restaurant. You know, one of those
Food trucks.
Food trucks.
Yeah, or maybe it's good to park it and be in one of those RV parks where you get to stay in unique RVs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Maybe so.
All right. Speaking of unique.
Yes, this was another thing that I saw that is unique. This gentleman had his what is this, a Chevy, and a 1970 Chevy, and he found its mate, the cab, which had been used previously just really for promotional at a dealer. So he put the two together, and you can drive from either side.
That's crazy.
It's kind of coming and going. He doesn't really know, I guess. So,
What's this world coming to?
I know. Now, fun thing for those of you, especially this is for Greg. The license plate on this is what the, as in, you know,
Great.
what the. So I thought that was pretty clever as well.
That's crazy.
Interesting.
Where's the trunk?
Actually,
bed of the
this
trunk.
back one, the driver's side is the engine, and the passenger side is the trunk.
Okay.
Yeah, so he does have a little bit of a trunk. And I don't know if I guess they have sliding windows there so they can talk to each other when the passengers, but you would have to ride backwards.
That's crazy.
Yeah, remember when you were in station wagons and a kid and you had to ride backwards?
Oh, yeah.
Not always a good thing for the stomach.
No.
No, I cannot imagine pulling into a RV park with that. This I thought that was really pretty and unique. It's a tent. That is a tent.
It's a book.
It looks like a book.
No,
I
it's
know,
a
isn't that
tent.
fun? It's a book. It's a tent. Yeah, so there are a lot of really unique tents. This was one of them that I saw. For those of you that like to camp and read, then this is like the perfect place, right? So yeah, I thought that was just a fun.
Do they
fun
come
camper.
in different books?
I don't think so. I think the only one I saw, I should say, is the Natural World. I didn't get on their catalog, so that's a great question. Yeah, there was also one that hung from a tree, and that was pretty cool too. That one would be just kind of fun.
Yeah.
But it was a big circular thing. So, other news, I don't have a picture, I don't think, of this, was the fact that RV dealers now are saying that they are, their sales are up 35% for first-time buyers. So we've been talking about how RV rentals and sales are up, but they are saying that for first-time buyers, they're up 35%, which is interesting. Most RVs are made in Elkhart, Indiana, and unfortunately they are having a surge in COVID cases recently. So all these folks that want to get a brand new RV might have a difficult time. The other big news is that the Homeland Security has also said the Mexico and Canadian borders would not be opening until July 21st.
Wow,
so
pushed
just
back that far.
yeah, so I think some folks were thinking that they might be going to Canada hopefully this summer. I think there's even some folks kind of stuck in the States that are trying to get back to Canada. Now they do say essential, and I bet if your family is back in Canada and your home back in Canada, that you could probably still get there. But but they are restricting still and keeping the borders closed.
I did read that some people were saying they were going into Canada in order to get to Alaska, but they were lingering in Canada, and that was making Canadians very mad,
angry. Yes,
that U.S. citizens were just hanging out.
Yeah, I also saw something about they were upset because some RV folks were parking in a free parking lot and then hanging. So, yes, be polite to our northern neighbors.
Etiquette.
That's right.
All right. So
that was
thank
news.
you for Deborah's news.
Woo-hoo!
Yay. Oh, I should have an outro for Deborah's news.
Yes, you should. We'll work
and
on
I just
that.
want to point out that Brian Ott said that he liked the intro. Thanks, Brian. I owe you a beer,
always
buddy.
on Barry's side.
All right. So thank you for that, Deborah's news. Okay, shall we get into some photos?
Sure, yes.
Or do we have a question to pose
Actually, we have
to
a
the
question.
group?
Just to make y'all have to play along, tonight we're going to ask y'all some questions, and I want in the chat for you guys to talk to us and to each other. So the first question is just for those of you that are on the road, do you work from your RV? So if you work from your RV, let us know in the chat and tell us what you do.
As opposed to independently wealthy like Brian Ott.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Brian wishes. So yes, if you are working full-time or part-time from your rig and want to let us know, and I know like Joanne's not in a rig yet, then is she planning on working from her rig remotely? So let us know.
Okay. So
yes, I know. Yes, yep. Like, give it a few more words than yes and yep, folks. Come on, be nice. All right. Or maybe you're responding to something. I know y'all we're a little behind, so maybe they're talking about something else. So anyway, so that's the question for you guys to be working on while we're chatting about some other things. Howdy from Utah.
Oh,
nice to see you there.
Everyday agent joining us. Welcome.
Yes.
On the road naturally, creating wellness programs. So we're going to have them on.
Yes, that's one of the topics we're gonna get scheduled while we're on hiatus. I just like saying that. So anyway, yes.
All right.
So what are we going to look at?
All right. So we have some. We talked about renovations a couple of weeks ago, and we wanted to circle back around on a couple of them, and we have a new one. I think that's what we're doing.
Yep.
So
we wanted to follow up on some we had. Oh gosh, it was in May. We had, of course, renovation week, our month, and one of the weeks we talked and showed pictures from lots of different folks that were on our RV renovations
lots
Facebook.
Of cool stuff that made us want to renovate
beautiful.
our rig.
Exactly, even though we have not. And so we. Oh, hey, Marcia. glad you're here because your video's going to get shown, and I meant to email you. At any rate, so we wanted to follow up with a couple that we had shown. Well, one that we had shown, one that I was supposed to show, and I gave her the wrong credit.
Right. Yeah.
So I wanted to make wanted to make right. So yes, so we wanted to show those. So anyway, so we're going to start with Mercedes, who y'all might remember was in the middle of a renovation. She is still working on it. They took a little bit of time off, and then sadly she hadn't been posting that much, so I'd reached out, and she said she had lost a lot of pictures on her phone, so that was a sad. But anyway, so she is working still, and so when we come back, hopefully they will be much further along. We'll be able to show you all the final project, but wanted to give you a couple updates. Before, I think when we saw it, it was pretty shelled out. Yeah. And so they did get the new floor in. So this is one view of it, and then the other. And you can see they also got the backsplash finished.
Looking much better.
Much better. And then, interestingly, she was also one of the ones that we showed with the bathroom, the color, because she had done teal. And you can see here the picture up in the upper left is the original. The bottom was that teal that they painted, and she had actually painted it twice, 2 different teals, one light and then dark. Well, she says she has painted it, like, no joke, 6 times. So she now has come back to this color, which is different. Yeah, no, not too different from the original, but it is a color that then goes a little bit better, I think she felt like, with the other
she
decor.
Got the new backsplash. And,
exactly.
So
she's
got the new floor.
It's beautiful.
It looks good.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice. So I can't wait to see it finished. She is working very hard and diligently, and she's a delight to talk to. So that was Mercedes, and then Renee Rose, who has a Pinterest board called Rose's Tiny Home, which is adorable.
Rose's Tiny Home.
Right. That's her name, Rose. And so Renee is had given me some pictures. I had reached out to her because I specifically had asked her, because she had done such a fabulous job, and it wasn't all white cabinets. And so I loved how she used color, so I wanted to share those. Sadly, what I got confused is that we got a video from Candy Allen, and I gave the credit to Renee Rose instead of showing her picture.
Oops.
So I got
we're
confused.
new at this, folks.
Yeah, well, and I was talking to lots of people, and I think I just didn't take very good notes. So anyway, so we're now going to show Renee Rose's renovation, which I think is beautiful. It is a, hang on, I'll let you know. It's a Dutchman Grand Junction fifth wheel. So you can see just the top picture is her before, and the bottom is the after, and then you can kind of walk
out some cabinets. That's always scary when people take out cabinets. There's not enough storage space as it is, but it looks good. It really opens up
nice,
where that TV
and she
is.
painted them. Yeah.
This looks really cool.
Yeah, I think the bedroom looks really neat. Kind of has a more serene look to it, and kind of like you want to just go in there and cuddle and be comfortable. So the walls here, she has these different colors. You'll see some alabaster. The dovetail gray is behind the bed. And then the pictures of the kitchen, we have some unusual gray and peppercorn. So you can see that darker color is that peppercorn. So
peppercorn.
Yeah, I like
That's
that.
a fun color.
I know it is. So there you have a much better picture, but you can see there it's more gray on the uppers, and then the lowers is the peppercorn.
Yeah. I like that. It's a nice combination.
Yeah, it's a nice combination. It's and it's, again, soothing and nice. And I understand why people want the white cabinets, because it feels more open with the light color. And we had that in our sticks and bricks, but they also get really dirty.
Yeah.
So I really like the way that people do with the darker. I think also, wouldn't it, in my opinion, and because I've never painted a cabinet, it seems like it would not show up all the little touches that usually when I paint you can see, because white just shows up
it's
everything.
Not very forgiving. Yeah,
no, it's not. It's not.
Got to be really good at it. So I don't think, if we ever repainted our rig, I don't think we would go white, because we had it in our home and been there, done that.
Yeah, we'd want color.
Yeah.
So now Marsha Hopper. Marsha.
Who's Marsha Hopper?
Marsha Hopper, our good friend, and she is on. And so, Marsha, you missed the question. You're supposed to tell us how you work remotely from your rig. So you can add that in there.
We should get her on Skype right now so she can show us her nails.
We're going to see her nails, actually. There's a picture in here.
Oh, that's right.
So, because Marsha sells
very crafty of you, Marsha.
The nail color that goes on. It's not a color. Marsha can explain it better. It's like...
It's like nail stuff.
It's like nail stickers, but they better. Sorry, Marcia, you need to put
you
something
bet- you
in there
better-
because
you
I'm
better
doing a really bad
post
job.
something
Anyway,
soon.
Marcia and Jeff are also renovating their rig. They have
They're good friends of ours.
Yep, and they are redoing their rig. And so we asked Marcia to take some pictures of before and after. And then when we come back, they'll be further along and we'll be able to kind of show it as it happens.
Yeah.
And we thought that would be kind of a fun follow-up for Renovation Week. So we have here
I
a
think
few
it's fun.
pictures. I think it's fun. I hope other people think it's fun. This is the bedroom. And really what we're going to see here today is the bedroom. This is the one area that they have pretty well complete. Last time we talked to them, they were now taking down the cabinets and coloring or painting them. I know they had been working in the bathroom, but you can see here that
Pretty basic. I mean,
yeah,
it's
I mean
pretty
your
normal.
RV browns and,
With a nice undertone of brown,
with lots of mirrors.
with layered brown.
Yeah, and the curtains. And so then she shows us here, along with her pretty nails, she shows us the panels that
Her
she
dream
used.
board or so?
Yeah,
or-
well, this is like the panels that she's using and the bedspread on the bed.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there, she's already telling you she's 7 hours of
7
painting.
hours
This
of
is why
painting.
I'm not renovating.
Holy smokes.
And so,
God bless you.
so we're going to show a little video, right, that she sent us
Yes.
of her final, and you get to actually hear Marcia talking about it.
And here's Marcia.
So here's what the bedroom looks like, mostly finished. I still need to put this headboard up there. We cut it down. It was the great big wooden thing that said Cougar across the front of it. So we cut that down. I need to still put that up. And I still need to fix this fabric across the top. I tried painting it. That did not work. So I'm going to tear it out and put different fabric in. So you can see we painted the walls gray, the cabinets white. I still am going to redo the flooring when I redo the rest of the flooring.
So
All
short
right.
and sweet.
Short and sweet. But that was good.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
so,
thank you for doing that, Marcia. Really appreciate it.
Yes, and they sent us some pictures of the bathroom that they were working on. So we'll next time do the bathroom and then get to see it as it progresses on. And the great thing about Marcia is that if y'all have questions, I know how to get hold of her, and she can help us understand this better.
This is good for Marcia because it's keeping her motivated. I mean,
That's right.
Yeah. Next show, we need an update.
Well, I think they were trying to get it done before they left in like July, right? So they were under a big time crunch to get this done. So
Focused.
they'll get it done. Yes,
Good.
I agree, Joanne. I don't know why RV designers want to stick with brown. I mean, and after all the times in places I've heard that people are complaining about it, you'd think by now they sort of
You would think so.
clued in.
I mean, some of the higher end RVs
oh yeah,
are,
sure, the really expensive ones
are
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Not necessarily great, but different.
Oh, I'm sure that's right. I'm sorry, Teresa. I forgot you were on Brian's computer. So Teresa corrected me that not Brian. So yes, that's funny. All right. So that was our renovation update. Any
Yes.
questions about renovation? Let us know. And now it is time to ask you a question. How many of you are have a wish that you wish you could do something like if somebody could wave a magic wand and you not have to paint for 7 hours, what would you renovate in your rig?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
I think, yeah.
Joanne. Yeah, that was JVD is Joanne, so she is female.
I would think we would redo our bathroom, maybe.
What would we do?
I don't know. Just
If I had a really good magic wand and I can make it a little bit bigger, sure. But
yeah, bigger would be good. And now that we've seen our friend's new RV,
oh yeah, we're gonna have envy now, bathroom envy.
that's going to be a problem.
Yes. The Kempers have bought a new, or potentially getting.
Maybe.
Yeah. We'll see. Your wife? What, Mark? What are you saying? My wife. Oh, that's mean if that's the answer. Whitney doesn't deserve that.
The closet.
Oh,
an
that's a
interesting
great
one.
idea.
Yeah.
We only
We've
have
got
like
to
a
do
half.
something with our closet.
Yeah, like get rid of your clothes.
Yeah.
That would be a good one to
Yeah,
start.
and I'm not traveling as much.
That's
so
right. Your big boy clothes take up a lot of room.
I do.
Yes. Teresa, what would you want to do with your closet? Make it bigger? Brian wishes somebody would. That's a good point.
Teresa wishes.
No, Teresa. That's right. That's right. I keep forgetting. Yes. And see, Teresa and Larry would paint the bedroom first and fix the shower door. Yeah, those shower doors. We have a threefold. Not a big fan of that either, but I couldn't find one that was better.
But we need to look at the Ott's shower door. They changed their shower door out, and it's one of those that hides into the floor. I'm not into the floor, into a little space, and it's really nice and compact. We'll have to replay their video sometime because they showed it in their renovation video.
Oh, good. Did we show their video?
We did, yeah.
Okay.
In one of those renovation weeks, we showed their video.
Ingrid, you're going to paint, what color are you going to paint the walls, and what are you going to replace your floor with? So, really curious. The walls are the one thing I think we possibly could do. We could probably do the walls in here. I could probably paint those. I could do that.
Well, yeah, and get
Not
rid of
the cabinets,
get rid
but
of
the walls.
Ugly things above, like this beautiful thing here.
Yeah, that I would like to. I
Nautilus
just haven't figured
shower door. That's what it is.
Thank you, Brian. Or Teresa.
Yeah, Teresa, you're not allowed to use someone else's login. It's very confusing.
Larry would replace the kitchen sink. I'm okay with our kitchen sink. I think. But we have a double one, and it's kind of nice size. So, Barbara would have more storage. Yes, the hidey holes in all these RVs. I feel. Yes, that's true, Barbara. If women were designing, they could find more room for storage. Though, that we could. Though I'm impressed with us. So we had to make room. Our 2 children came and visited us, and we made room for them. And I actually emptied a drawer and found room to put up some things. It, of course, means the closet's really a big mess now, but that's okay. Yes, and why do they always want to have mirror doors?
I don't know. You covered ours up.
Yeah, I covered ours up because I don't need to see myself first thing in the morning. That is not a pretty thing. No.
What did you cover it up with? It was
it's like
just
cling.
a sticky thing.
Yeah, it's like a cling. You can use it in shower doors or mirrors. It works really well. It stayed up. I put it up 2 years ago. It's still up.
Oh, this is advice from not a normal.
Once you paint your walls, your cabinets will follow. No, Brittany.
No. It's a slippery slope. Once you start,
It is. But I think it's a slope I can avoid. We'll see. If I could get the walls painted and something done with window coverings, I would probably be really happy for quite some time.
Yeah.
And then since I'm not a sewer, that's an issue. So.
We'll have to park over by the hoppers and have Marcia show us how to do it. Mm-hmm. Live Laugh RV.
Ingrid is saying that she was going to put down vinyl planking, since I asked her, and an off-white wall. Okay, well, I want to see pictures before and after. Please send us pictures.
Yes.
Oh, and Joanne is painting black on her cabinets. Yes, I do know. Just as many shades of black as there are white. It's crazy. And for some people, you can't really see a difference anyway, so what does it matter?
No. The hot thing is chalk.
Chalk, yes.
Chalk.
I think chalk is cool. If we had did not have a steel refrigerator, I think that would be a cool thing to paint. I've seen that people have painted their refrigerators with that chalk paint. I always wanted to do chalk painting in the boys' rooms, but then people told my mother was worried that would teach them to draw on the walls.
No, it does.
But that was okay if they drew on that one wall. Any rate, who, Larry or Teresa, is a great painter? There's Johnny Lightning. You are late. Oh, you have a house guest. Okay, well, you're allowed to be late. We were wondering where you were.
I'm a great painter.
That's what I'm asking you. Is it Teresa or Larry?
Yeah, isn't that... Well, we showed their video too.
Yes.
And isn't that what Rain Man
and
said?
Teresa was the one that painted, so I'm going to assume that's Teresa. And you are more than welcome to come share your skills. Mm-hmm. We would love to have you. At any rate, okay.
Welcome, Johnny. Glad you can make it.
Yes. Johnny, it's kind of a free-form night, so...
Oh, one of the questions we asked Johnny was, if you're working from the rig, what are you doing?
Johnny's still working to get into the rig, so he's going to be full-time, hopefully in the spring. Yes, Teresa, that's what I thought. It was Teresa. That was the painter. You have much more patience for painting.
Yeah.
That makes much more sense. All right. How about, no, chalk paint probably wouldn't work well with your dogs. How about for another question that we ask? I'm curious. Okay. What is your favorite hobby? Favorite hobbies, and can you do them from the rig?
Favorite hobbies. Favorite.
Yours
hobby.
is kind of work-in hobby.
Yeah. So mine's too easy. What's yours?
Reading.
Lots of reading.
Lots of reading and working on puzzles on the computer, so it doesn't take up any space on the table. I have found an app that does puzzles, and I am sort of addicted.
Reading.
Lots of reading, yes.
How many books have you read this year?
I'm up to 42.
42
or 43
books this
now.
year. So on pace to get close to 100. Oh, Johnny's moving on
That's my
down the
goal,
road.
100.
Sold his second truck today.
All right, Johnny, getting a little bit closer. Oh, good. Ingrid is photography as well.
Nice. Mark.
Nice. Mark, we knew that you were photography.
Hey,
yes.
Mark, your stuff over at Crystal Mill was gorgeous. Some of the best photos I've ever seen at Crystal Mill. Good job. That was awesome.
Job.
And I don't remember that road being that rough. It sounded like it may have gone downhill, so to speak. So
Brian, are you wrecking still? Have you been? What's your?
I think he's gotten back
what you up
into
to?
it.
What are you up to now? Back to. Teresa is also photography and sewing. Oh, Teresa, maybe I could talk to you about the curtains.
Yeah, that's really why we're asking people. We're looking for tradespeople here to help us.
Thank you. I like to read, so it goes pretty quickly. And I also listen to audiobooks, so then I can read while I'm doing other things. So that's one of the reasons why I can read that many in that fast of time.
Hey, Mark, put your Instagram handle or something in the chat so
people can see your
these
pictures.
fine folks can see your photos.
One of his photographs is currently on the homepage of the virtual campground. It is our photo of the week or two.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Mark.
Yeah, so definitely. Oh my gosh, 552 miles.
552 miles? Was that today?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
He's going to walk while Teresa just drives the rig up to meet him.
And how heavy is that ruck? That's you're a man's man, Brian. I'm impressed.
Impressive.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, what was our next topic to talk about?
Next topic, we could either
We're going to talk about
go those photography tips, or we could do the giveaway. Those are the two things left on our agenda besides more questions.
No.
No?
We also were going to talk about the virtual campground.
Oh, yes. I didn't have a slide for it. So if it's not on my slide board.
Well, Johnny, that's not fair to put out there that you're a really good painter, but you only work on your own stuff. Not fun. Yes, Teresa likes to play in the water. She goes in kayaks. 40 pounds, impressive. So yes, what we were going to talk about a little bit was what we thought during hiatus. One of the reasons why we want to take a little bit of time off from TVC is that we wanted to we've been talking about doing some changes to the website and to the business, so to speak. And so we wanted to add some things to the website in particular to help us build community. So for those of you on the chat, y'all get to be our guinea pigs and tell us what you think about some of these ideas as we start to work on things. So one of the thoughts that we had, the one that we've had the most, is a forum type discussion boards that would be categorized and look nice so that people can post things about, say you wanted to post something about photography, and then people would know some of the spots you've gone to here in Yellowstone to capture those right pictures and the right lighting, the right time or whatever, that we could have some discussions and people could follow along with hobbies that they might share on the road that might influence where you're traveling. Yeah. So that's one of the ideas we have.
So yeah, one place to go to gather information. So on specific topics, it'd be silos.
Yeah.
So it would be photography might be one. It might be bookstores.
Bookstores, one of my favorite things to go visit. So or
it might be.
It can also be by city.
It could be great places to bike. It could be beer. All kinds of things.
Wellness. So different topics that we want to just discuss as a community, and a lot of those topics will come up from you guys in the community. So just let us know what you think about that idea. I know some people are opposed to forums, but we're hoping that we can do it in a way that
a little more contemporary.
Yeah, because the great thing about Facebook is you can post questions and people answer them, but then they go away.
get lost.
It's so hard. So we wanted to try to capture some of that information because we also notice is people ask a lot of the same questions.
Oh my gosh, so many of the Facebook groups we're in, it's constantly the same question.
Same
over and
question.
over.
So this way you have a way to kind of capture those ideas. Yeah. So we should rerun old episodes on our time slot like they do during television. We could do that. But then again, they're also just there. You could play them anytime.
Yeah. We do have a playlist. You could play it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Brian. Exactly. All the things we talk about on Facebook, but then it's so disorganized you can't find it. Yeah. And so then, here's a great topic. The internet. We know we get lots of questions about how to do the internet better on the road. And people answer the question about every 10 days in different forums. So this would be a way that it could be there and then people could add to it. And because it is also a different answer depending on where you are in the country. Yeah. So great. Thank you.
Yeah. And what your needs are. I mean, someone that works from the rig and, does video conference calls constantly or has to upload big pieces of software because they're a coder. I mean, that's different than someone who just wants to watch Netflix at night.
Johnny says he's seen them all. I know Johnny, so we're going to come out with new content. Yes, I know, right, Brittany? I think it would be helpful. So that's one topic. So thank y'all. Y'all seem to be more or less on board with that, so I appreciate it. And so we'll be working on that while we're on hiatus. What?
Joanne says we can search for them on the Facebook page. You can, but it's just not very organized. It's just that's one of the downsides of Facebook is you have to put in very specific search criteria, and sometimes you can find it. Sometimes you can't.
You can but again, you're wading through lots of information. So hopefully we can do that and figure out how to do that in a way that is not tricky.
Yeah.
Yes, we agree, Brittany, that we have to figure out exactly what the setup and the login will be because we also want to make sure that it is the people that are interested and not just random spammy kind of things as well.
Yeah, we would find content creators that we trust and ask them to contribute to the different forums, silos, so to speak.
Help us moderate perhaps because that could get big quickly. And so that was one thing. Another thing we're thinking about is the idea of buying local. And local in this case being from other RVers. So to help support each other as we're out on the road and we want to all stay on the road is to have a place on the web, on our website, that you can find out how to, drink every time I say hiatus. Hiatus. And but the idea was that way we can have a place where people can go and if they're looking to buy something or to get a service that there are some RVers out there that might be doing it. So people that build websites say,
that's right, exactly.
or have a book to sell or make signs. I found somebody the other day, she's an RVer and she makes those wooden signs that everybody likes to have on their rig.
Sharpen knives.
Yeah. So if there's a way to do that and share that information. So would that be something that you guys think you would come to and use?
David, you're thinking about getting one?
David, see,
nice. Once
you get started with all of us, you will end up having an RV.
Yeah.
It's inevitable, like painting your cabinets.
Get one that's already painted, David. Mark Ellis, picks for sale. Yeah, I mean, photographers that are out there that have Etsy shops or Fine Art America shops, that sort of stuff. Specifically, if you're geared to put stuff up in RVs. I mean, it's, the stuff that we need to source while we're on the road. How can we do it?
Johnny thinks someone. I think someone. What does that mean? It's code.
You may be sharing code messages with someone else in the chat.
Yep. Oh, good. I'm glad Teresa or Larry and both love that idea. Yeah, I like the whole concept for us of the virtual campground is to build a community and to help each other support each other. So whether it's this show or the forum or the marketplace or whatever we do, that's our end goal, is to try to build stronger community while you're on the road, because that's the one thing that we have found being on the road for almost 2 years now that we miss is that community. So
Yeah.
Okay, Johnny. So, great.
Sure,
okay,
it was
good.
a mistake.
Yeah.
So the Russians just got some key information, I'm sure, by that coded message.
Let's see. Another idea we had was, of course, we want to share travel information. So we will find a way, whether that's through the forum or we've done some some blogs on different locations, and we hope people would contribute as well some of their findings and their highlights from their journeys. Because as much as I plan to get all around the United States, I can't get all around and write blogs about it.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to keep bringing Mark up, but I mean, that's a great example of how do you drive out to that mill. It's a difficult drive. What do you need to look out for, and how to get there, and what to do once you get there. That sort of stuff is helpful.
Yeah. Or, I mean, also, we know Larry's from Wyoming, and he could give us tips on Wyoming or now up in the Northeast area where they are. So just different people have different areas that they know better than others.
Yeah.
And so it'd be great to share that information so that we all have, because, you get someplace, and I find, like here we're staying for several weeks, so it's been really nice. But what ends up happening when we're going to be somewhere for 2 or 3 weeks, I don't know if anybody else does this, but we have a tendency, we get busy on work thinking, okay, well, we have 2 weeks. We'll go see and explore it in 2 weeks. And then it's a week. And then we're down to the last week, and we're like, oh, darn, we haven't. And then you find you don't have enough time to do all the things because there's so much to see. So yeah. So anyway, so help each other get to the places we all want to get to.
That's right.
Absolutely. So, and then the other question I had, okay, so we love these chats because we get to talk to you guys in the chat. So one idea too is there is a way to do Zoom calls, and you can break up into small rooms. Would y'all be interested on an occasion to do, like, maybe one of the Tuesdays, instead of having a show, we do a Zoom call and we just get on and get to actually see each other in person and chat about different topics together. Would y'all like that?
I think we should have a secret boondocking phone.
Yes. Shh, don't tell anybody. That's a good idea, Johnny. Unfortunately, there's tons of resources out there that share most of them anyway. But yeah, the forum would be a beneficial reference tool, guys. Mark, give me more words.
Like actual tools? Or is this another coded message to the Russians?
Or are you saying that you want to help each other with tools? Yes. So, anyway, balance.
Oh, balance. Yes. Balance is key. But yeah, we end up getting someplace and then reading all the books and trying to quickly determine what we're doing. Deb does a great job almost all the time of when we're driving into a new location, while we're driving, looking up information and reading it. And
I'm great at reading and looking up. I'm just not really good at making us go out and do it. So we continue to work on that.
That's the hard part.
That is the hard part. So yes, a couple people say they like the idea of a Zoom call. I think that'd be kind of fun to try. Yeah. Maybe we'll try that during our hiatus.
Take a drink.
We'll put a note out and see how many people show up.
Cheers.
Okay, so those are some of the ideas that we're working on for the website. Is anybody got any others? We would love to hear from you. What it is that's important to you?
Yeah. What can we do to help build a stronger community for all of us?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. New question in the chat, especially for those of you that live in your RV right now, or those of you that don't. I'm just curious. What time is happy hour for you? What time does happy hour start?
Interesting. We don't really have a happy hour, so to speak.
No, we just start when we want.
But there are people that are very structured about it. It's like 5 o'clock. We're putting down the laptop and we're having a cocktail and we're going to sit outside or going for a walk. Or
that's a good idea. We should do that more often.
We should. We should. Especially the cocktail part.
Oh, thank you, Mark. Yes. Okay. That makes more sense. Yes. The forum would be a beneficial reference tool.
Yes.
Thank you. That makes sense to me.
So Marcia's used Zoom rooms. Brian gives a thumbs, or Teresa. No, that's
Mark's
Brian's
giving Brian.
Oh
a
my
thumbs
gosh.
Up. That's good. They're talking about it. That's good. Johnny says every hour he's awake is happy hour. Good job, Johnny.
Now, we're seeing a theme because Johnny
so
says.
Does Marcia.
Marcia's all day.
It is 5 o'clock somewhere.
Teresa.
Always, according to That's
I think one of our,
Jimmy Buffett
when we come back from our
hiatus.
we should do something about making cocktails or something.
Ooh, that's a good idea. RV cocktails. Everybody send me your favorite recipe. We should do them on the chat that we have in person. Everybody can bring their favorite cocktail.
That's right.
It could be a combination.
Oh, Joanne works till
Joanne,
7.
oh dear me, that is long day. Hopefully you don't start until 12. Brian
Brian
says
is
it's
back and
random. I've been with you, Brian. It is not random. All right. Okay. And so then the other thing we want to talk about was some of the things we have coming up on TVC Live after the hiatus.
After the hiatus. Yes. Lots of thoughts on plans. It's just now a question of putting it all together.
Yeah. Oh, well, yes, absolutely. And that's part of what we want to do while we're on hiatus is work on getting some interesting guests for you guys. Some of the things that we've had come up is lots of questions that are for newbies, that people that are just getting on the road. And I guess that makes sense considering that there's a lot more folks getting on the road. So we might have a couple of things that are geared or a little bit more to the people that are new, or maybe we just do a section of the show. So there's a good mix for those of you that are not new. But then again, the folks that are not new can really help us out by sharing their information with the people that are new and help people. And then,
but the concept of a newbie, really, I mean, like the telecommunications stuff, the internet stuff. I mean, that's great for someone that's been on the road for 2 years and would be great for a newbie as well.
Absolutely. And then we also want to talk about wellness and balance on the road. That's one of the topics that we're going to have. We have our resident guru is going to help us. Now. Yes, and we might have a couple other folks that can help us with different kinds of wellness. And working remotely is one that we're probably going to cover pretty early when we come back. Do some topics with, there's a lot of experts out there that can help us with how to work remotely if you don't already have a job, finding a job or how to set up an office. I'd really like to do one of the inside the RV kind of looks at how everybody has their desk set up, because I think everybody has something a little different, and we can all use some new ideas on how to work from the rig, because they aren't really set up yet to be workstations, but a lot of people have done that, and so absolutely.
Yeah,
good.
Winnebago just came out with a new one that actually has a desk built into it.
Yes.
What a concept.
Yes, that is a nice concept. So we can get maybe some folks to come in and share about that. And then, of course, we want to, the renovations have been popular, so we think that we want to do that, maybe not a whole nother month, but just as some segments. So maybe we'll work on segmentation.
Renovations. I need another intro.
He needs to work on more intro stuff.
Man.
Exactly. Oh, storage. That's a good one, Joanne. Yeah.
Storage, yeah. So we had Ashley Mann on who talked a little bit about organization, but I think to take a deeper dive on that, and
we have some great
that might just be
experts on
another
storage.
segment.
Yep. Products and things. Absolutely. Yeah. So those are some of the ideas that we're working on. Another one that folks have asked about is all the memberships that you can have when you're RVer, and which ones are worth it. And that I think would be a great discussion for all of us to have together to share in the chat, because everybody has different opinions and uses different ones. We don't have all of them, so we can't be an expert on all of them, but other people can be experts.
And then, and along with memberships, I mean, there's the clubs like Escapers and what have you. I mean, what are the benefits of that? And a lot of different clubs
choices
and organizations out there.
Absolutely. So yes, Joanne, that's the big thing, paring down from sticks and bricks to get into a rig. Absolutely.
That's tough.
It's tough, but you can do it. We've all done it, so I know you can do it. And really, once you get rid of
5x10
first batch, you start actually enjoying it and thinking, why do I have this much stuff? We have a friend right now that's going through a decluttering.
We should check in with her.
And,
we should do a live call-in right now.
Yeah, right. She's literally right now. And she was like, where did this all come from? I said, wait till you get to the attic. I swear to God, that attic had, the heat must have multiplied this stuff in there.
When we sold our house, we just left a lot of stuff in the attic. I mean, we told them about it, and we gave them the option. Yeah, we gave them the option. We could take it out, but They were like, no, keep it. We'd love to have it. But they were Christmas lights and Christmas
that were
decorations
special
and-
for the house. I mean, you
Yeah,
had
yeah, it
them
was-
cut for the house, so
right.
why not, right?
Right.
We didn't need Christmas lights. So anyway, so those are some of the things coming up. And
Not those anyway.
Yes, no. And so that is our topics. Now
Cool.
we can talk about photography if you want to.
I don't know if we need to. And
Okay.
we covered. The only thing I would say about that is if you feel like the internet cut out too much during that conversation, and if you do have a question about photography, be glad to answer any questions.
So the other thing, just to, as we had, I should have counted up before we started this. How many shows, Johnny? Do you know how many shows we've done?
6, 8.
Feels like 8. But at any rate, just to recap, folks, that we know of updates on people. The Pishnas are out on the road still, visiting craft beers and having fun. They are in Colorado, I think, right now. Brittany and Josh are in Wyoming. We found out recently, just not very far from us, right? So hopefully we can see if we can catch up with them.
Yeah.
And the Holcombs, sadly, still are bound here in the United States and have not left.
Yeah, so if you recall, they were the ones that were going to be doing, I mean, they have done an international part of their trip, and they were heading south.
Yeah, they were going to go South
Yeah,
America.
and that's all been put on hold. They're going to try to get things back on track this spring or next spring.
Oh, Joanne, yes, the stuff in the attic. We
don't
emptied
forget
the
about the
attic,
stuff.
I think, 3 times. I promise. We went up in the attic, emptied it. Then I
It
went back
fills
up and
back
was
up.
like, why is there more stuff in the attic? And then there was more stuff in the attic. So, yes, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
So, yes, the attic it's the dark hole. Yes. Yay, Wyoming. Yeah,
Yay,
Wyoming's
Wyoming.
been beautiful. It's
Except for
and
the
gorgeous.
internet. Wyoming is great.
Yes, they want you to enjoy the outdoors. Yes. So, absolutely. So, well,
Any other
how
updates?
About,
we didn't have any other updates.
no
did we?
other
That was
updates.
all the-
Ashley's website is still pending.
she's still pending.
But
She renovated
getting it up
RVsforsale.com or something like that. Yeah, so she's still planning on doing it, but is not quite live yet.
Ellis's Yellowstone is great fun. I have seen 2 bison up close and pretty darn close and personal, and deer, lots of deer, and mama bears and cubs. It's been exciting. I like seeing animals. My kids keep saying, I'm going to just take you to a zoo, but that's not the same, and that makes me sad. So, but out in the wild, that's fun.
And last night I got a little too close to a herd of mule deer.
Yes. You have to watch
Angry
out.
sounding
Angry.
mule deer.
You were bothering them.
But I felt more comfortable having my bear spray with me. That
Yes, that's helpful. I'm sure it would help with mole deer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 7 episodes, Johnny. Thank you.
Thank you. It just felt like 8. Excellent. Our signal is good right now.
Yeah, I think
This is
it's
good. See,
Skype. I think it's
those
bringing-
pesky guests.
Yeah. If we're just going to sit here and riff,
That's not very fun
we don't
for
need much
everybody,
internet.
though. No,
We don't need much internet.
No, that's
well,
true.
I'll try to bring my A game next time.
Barry, do you have any experience with super zoom cameras?
Super zoom. Well, super zoom's going to be in that 200 to 600 range, if that's what you're talking about. I don't have a ton of experience. My longest lens is a 100 to 400, and I'm getting some good use out of it out here. So that's been nice. But no, I don't have a ton of experience. I do know that if you're going to make an investment in that it's always better to buy as much glass as you can, because the cheaper lenses are really, really slow. So they just suck it up, save your money, and buy the really good glass.
By glass, you mean a camera?
The lens.
The lens,
Yeah, the
okay.
lens. Buy
Okay.
really good lens as opposed to the cheap lens, because the cheap lenses are small and they just don't let in much light.
Mark's is 100 to 400 millimeter.
Yeah, that's what I have. I have the Sony 100 to 400, and it's great. And I have the 1.4 extender on it, so it can go out to 220 to 570, or I don't know what. Do the math. I don't know. Mark probably knows. So having fun with it out here with the wildlife, but it's my first experience with it. I've always been a 70 to 200 guy because I've done a lot of portraits, and that's a beautiful lens for portraits.
All right.
That's all I have to say on that matter.
There's all. Okay. So the only other thing we have then is the drawing.
Drawing. Oh, you know what? And I didn't get a drum roll ready. I should have. Oh my gosh, I am so off my
That's
game.
what happens when he stays up all night, folks.
So, yeah, I'm running on 2.5 hours of sleep.
Plus a nap.
Mark says 6:40. So, all right. So, giveaway. Just to refresh your memory, we were giving away a tire pressure monitoring system from Techno RV, our good friends Eric and Tammy, and we've had quite a whole lot of people sign up for that. So thank you very much. This is a 4 sensor system, and the winner of the tire pressure monitoring system never been nicotine stained hands, Dottie Daly. You
Daly.
are the winner.
Woo! Wait a minute.
Dottie Daly must be present to win.
No, must not be present.
Oh, that's
Doesn't
right. You don't have to be present to win.
Does not need
Sorry,
to be present to
yeah.
win. Yes. You
I got confused
will
on
win.
that.
But all of you that were in the drawing, that had entered the drawing, you will be getting an email shortly from Techno RV that will announce that Dottie won, so she is aware. And also, they have a special offer for you.
Yes, yeah, it's a really cool offer. And TST, it was TST, right? Just announced that they're going to raise their prices July 1st. So if you are interested in purchasing anything from TST, any tire pressure monitoring system, I would get on that right away. And of course, we'd appreciate it if you would use
our affiliate link. Which we'll put in the show notes.
Yeah. So
but also,
congratulations, Dottie.
Thank you to Techno RV
Yes, thank you
for
very
the
much.
drawing and for being such great partners. And they will, like I said, if you were in the drawing, you will get an email with the details of a discount that they're offering before the price goes up.
Yeah.
So not only it's a really great discount because, of course, the price is going up.
Yeah. So get on it. So, your COVID hair. Look, man.
He got a haircut.
I got a haircut.
But yeah, they did. They
It's-
didn't get all the.
I told her to not tick too much off, and I think I need to go for another round. They have
I got a
one.
haircut too,
Oh
can
yeah,
you tell?
Deborah got one. Deborah's looks much better than mine. There's only one hairstylist in Du Bois.
Yes, there is.
So
She told me, since I went to see her, she told me that it's one of the reasons they picked her because they didn't have a hairstylist.
no competition. Yeah, she has a monopoly.
And she knows almost everybody in town because there's only like 1,000 people that live here.
Yeah, I think the sign says 960. It's crazy.
And some of those, I think, are summer homes.
So,
Beautiful homes.
Yes, time for haircut. COVID haircut number 2. All right. Well, thank you very much. That's all we have, right? I mean,
Yes, before we go off on our
hiatus. Ooh, that's
Please
2.
drink.
Yeah, take out the.
Double drink.
Yeah, cheers.
So please keep an eye out for new information. We will certainly send out our weekly email to everyone and let you know what's coming up, including when we get new content to post. And maybe we'll even do that discussion. Oh, Johnny, you're so sweet. Thank you. And but he covers me up. So anyway, so keep an eye on your emails. Let us hear from you. We'll miss you during our hiatus. So let us know if there's anything that you need, or if you have any wild thoughts that you think we should be working on. On
any
the
ideas
website.
on?
We would love
any ideas on content?
information from our community. So we appreciate all of y'all. Y'all have been great during this first
thanks for
time
your
out
support.
for us to learn how to do TV Live, and sat with us through a lot of struggle. So we really appreciate it. We love doing these shows mostly because we get to talk to you guys.
Yeah,
So,
it's a lot of fun. And share this with your travel-loving friends if you don't mind going out to our YouTube channel and giving us a thumbs up and subscribing if you're not already subscribed, and leave us a nice comment. We'd love to hear from you, and let other people know about us. We sincerely appreciate you.
we're going to come back for sure by July 28th. So there might be some content between now and the July 28th, but July 28th, the last Tuesday of July, will be our first show back in our second season.
And
Back from our hiatus.
If you do hit well, you're going to get them drunk. If you hit the bell in YouTube for notifications, and if we do go live just on the spur of the moment because maybe we hit happy hour and wanted to go live, then you'll get a notification about that.
Barry's dying to do one of these from an actual campfire. So that might be what we're doing on the 28th, but we'll see.
That'd be cool.
Or the week before the 28th if we end up. So anyway, but yes, thank you, Joanne. And hopefully by the time we get back from a hiatus, you will have all your cabinets painted black and have picked out the perfect black.
That's right.
4 likes and 15 watching.
Yeah, we can do better, right, Johnny? We can do better than that.
Yes, that's right, Brian, right after Salado. So looking forward to getting to explore a little bit in the next month and then sharing information with you guys. So thank you, Teresa. And you guys have a wonderful July.
Yeah.
It's kind of the key part of the summer, I guess, but we're going to come back. It's still summer. But yeah, have a great July. Don't forget us. We'll miss you. See you around the campfire.
Yep. See you around. Bye.
Bye.